So now you've got your telephone numbers programmed, you've got your voicemail programmed into it. Now it's ready to plug everything back in and do a test on it. Now, can you remember at the start of the DVD, we unplugged your main telephone line that comes from the main plug on the wall there. We unplugged that out of your main phone. Now we need to plug that back in. However, it doesn't go back into the telephone. If you come down here and have a look, you're going to see on the back of the care alert again, there's the port there that says line. We need to plug the telephone line back into there, and that's your main incoming line into your house that comes from the plug. So we plug that in, and once again, make sure you get that click sound to make sure that it has been placed in properly. So that is all in and ready to go. Oh, now one other thing. See on the back here, remember we flicked that across to set for programming. You now need to put that back to alarm. You will see there is a mute setting in the middle there. We suggest you always use alarm because you'll get the audible noise using that. The mute setting is a quiet setting which can be used for some security purposes, but we'll flick that across to alarm. You'll see the LED is now back going around in a clockwise motion, so that is all ready to use. So let's grab our little bag of goodies here, and we're going to grab out our pendant, and also in the pack you get the choice of using either a wrist strap or you can put it around as a necklace. Now we're going to use the necklace for now, but if you want to use the wrist strap, on the back basically there's a gap that you slide the wrist strap through, and then you can have that on your wrist. With the necklace style of pendant, on top of the pendant there you'll see a small hole, and the necklace has got a little clip on it. You need to push that in there, and it's fairly tight, but you give that a hard push and you'll hear that click in, and that's nice and strong, it won't come out. Alright, so that's the necklace style of pendant. Okay, now we're going to test this and make sure it all works. Now what I've done is I've programmed this telephone into the dialer, so we're going to run through everything and show you exactly how it works. Now if you come in here first, you're going to see a yellow button on the front. Now the yellow button has a couple of different functions with it. There is a battery inside of this pendant, okay, and that yellow button can be used as a test button for the battery. When you give that a push, which I'll do now, you'll hear that noise. If the battery is flat in here, you will hear a message saying that your pendant battery is low and that it needs changing. Okay, it can also be used as a nurse call if someone's in the house and they're sick, or in bed and they need to get the attention of someone else. Just push the button and they know that they need assistance. Okay, also it can be used as a cancellation button in the event that you accidentally set your care alert off. Now come in and have a look. You're going to see you've got the two red buttons on the side. Okay, now to activate the care alert you need to simultaneously push those red buttons. So it makes it very, very hard to set it off accidentally, because if you accidentally just push one of the buttons, you'll see that it doesn't actually activate. It has to be a deliberate push of two buttons for the alarm to activate. Now when you do push that, you're going to hear an alarm set off on here. Okay, it is fairly loud, alright, and we've done that deliberately because it can also be used as a big deterrent against would-be intruders. Okay, so if you hear anyone breaking into your house, push the red buttons and it will scare them off pretty quickly. So we're going to run through that right now. I'm going to push this, you'll see exactly what happens. I'm going to show you how the phone rings, and watch this.
This is an emergency situation.
So there's your intruder alarm, okay? So that'll scare them off pretty quick.
This is an emergency situation.
Okay, so you get that at the start, and now you're going to hear this actually start to dial out. Okay, so that's dialed out.
You are about to hear an emergency call for help from a Care Alert Smart Dialer.
And there you go, that's starting to ring.
Stay on the line.
Okay.
You are about to hear an emergency call for help.
Now this could be your friend, family, neighbour.
Stay on the line.
If I answer that,
you are about to hear an emergency call for help from a Care Alert
Smart Dialer. I then start hearing it. Now,
please.
I'm just going to cancel that for now, alright? But that's basically how it works. In any trouble, push the red buttons and it will dial out to whoever you've programmed into your dialer. And that's how it works, but watch the next feature and you'll see in more detail exactly how the whole system works.